Wait, are they really choosing this? According to the reports, the answer is yes, and I have all the details for you in this video. Let's get right into it. But if you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, make sure to subscribe by hitting the button right down below the video so I can keep you updated each and every day with all of this information that continues to change very, very rapidly right now. I'm watching everything closely and doing all this research, which I distill down into these short videos so that I can deliver them to you a few times each and every day so that you can get the latest details hot off the wire as this information is being released. So again, thank you so much for joining me. Please remember, I'm here for you in any way that I possibly can be each and every day. So subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet so you don't miss any videos going forward. All right, let's jump right into it. All right, so I came across a couple of reports today that I thought were very, very interesting and honestly, even a little bit eye-opening. I wanted to share that with you in this video because honestly, it's really giving us a glimpse into what is actually going on right now. All right, so as we all know, about 2 years ago, we embarked on this whole COVID situation. Well, it seems like things are taming down a little bit now, but realistically, this thing has been going on for about 2 years. However, between the time of about early 2020, as in about March, and into about March of 2021, so over about a 12-month period of time, 1 year period of time, Congress passed over $6 trillion worth of stimulus packages, a ton of money that they passed through these stimulus packages. Well, obviously, we all know that they contained a lot of different provisions within them for financial assistance for the American people, including the iconic 3 stimulus checks. The $1,200, the $600, and of course, the $1,400. And I think a lot of us right now are still waiting and wondering, will there be more? Well, at the same time, there was also a bunch of other financial assistance in there as well, including the PPP loans for small businesses. There was also the expanded unemployment benefits. And as of this last stimulus package, the one that contained the $1,400 stimulus check, there was also the expanded child tax credit payments in there to send out those monthly payments. My point is a lot of money going out the door to the individuals, us, the American people. Now, we could say it was a lot of money, but at the same time, we could also say it was a lot at the time, but it was certainly not enough for a lot of people at the same time. However, here's what's interesting. Now, the reports that I came across today were pointing this out, and I thought, this is actually very interesting because this is actually coming in perfectly aligned with other information that I found with previous reports and statements that were being made. Here's what's interesting about it. Throughout the course of 2020 and 2021, as a result of the stimulus checks, those 3 checks that we all know about, as well as the expanded unemployment benefits and the child tax credit payments, as well as other financial assistance that was in these packages, it lifted millions upon millions upon millions of people out of poverty. In fact, a lot of people were lifted out of poverty just between these last couple years, 2020 and 2021, because of all of these checks. Well, at the same time, Congress was thinking, this is actually pretty nice. We just lifted people out of poverty by passing these stimulus packages and sending out direct payments to the American people. So they were feeling pretty good about this, right? They were feeling excited. They were happy that millions of people were lifted out of poverty. However, here's the problem. In the second portion of 2021 and now in 2022, millions and millions of people are once again falling back into poverty because we're not getting any type of financial relief like we were back in 2020 and 2021. Now, don't get me wrong. I know there's a lot of controversy about this, going back and forth. Either way, I'm not going to go down that road. I'm simply telling you this is the fact. People are falling back into poverty here in 2022 because of the lack of stimulus packages, especially focused on those lower income and fixed income individuals. Well, here's what we found. Congress actually realizes that, wait, this is actually starting out to be a choice. Here's why. Because according to these reports that I saw earlier today and that I was reading through and that I'm actually referencing in this video, they're actually saying once again, remember this statement? I've said it before in previous videos. Poverty is a policy choice. Well, Congress is starting to realize that, hey, wait, I think we had over the last 2 years here between 2020 and 2021, I'm pretty sure we passed a bunch of stimulus packages. We lifted people out of poverty. Now that we haven't passed the stimulus package in essentially a year, guess what? People are falling back into poverty. Therefore, what is this saying? Yes, exactly that. Poverty is a policy choice. Therefore, because of the actions, or maybe I should say inactions of Congress. Therefore, these millions of people are falling back into poverty. So there's a lot of head-scratching moments going on right now where people are starting to come out and realize, wait, because of our inaction right now, millions of people are falling back into poverty. Now, don't get me wrong. They were lifted out of poverty because of the stimulus packages and all of the stimulus relief that was in them, including the stimulus checks. But what's interesting about it is people are realizing that, wait, our actions are leading people to fall back into poverty. That's not looking good for us. We want people to be lifted out of poverty. So it's very interesting. As I was reading through these reports today, I thought it was very interesting because they continue to come back at this and say, because Congress' lack of action right now, the lack of them actually stepping up and helping out the low income, the fixed income, the people who are really struggling right now, these people are falling into poverty, and it is not looking good for Congress because they are the ones who have the final say. Well, let me take that back. Not the final say. The president has the final say, but ultimately Congress is the one who passes the packages, and then they send it on to the president for the final signature. But either way, Congress is the one who has the authority, they have the power, they have the ability to write the legislation and get it through. So it's very interesting to read through these reports where it's like, hey, wait, finally the people who actually have the power and the ability to do this are maybe finally realizing exactly what we've been trying to tell them for like a year now? Hey guys, you've got to do something. You got to help out the people right now who are struggling so badly, the low income and the fixed income. And like we've said before, and even as Congress knows, the monthly check program is honestly the ticket out of this. They know that monthly checks, even on a small basis, it doesn't need to be a $1,200 check. It doesn't need to be $1,400. It doesn't even need to be $1,000. It doesn't even need to be $600. They know that a small monthly payment of $250 to $300 is all that people really need. Now, don't get me wrong. I totally understand. We certainly need more than that. But Congress has the recipe. Why do you think that they passed the child tax credit payments in the amount of $250 to $300 per month? Because that's exactly what they know people need right now to be lifted out of poverty. It's not a matter of $1,000 a month. It's only a matter of a couple $100 each and every month. And that's exactly what these reports were saying. I thought it was super interesting because I feel like, have they watched my videos? I mean, seriously, the people that wrote these reports, I feel like, did you seriously just watch my videos? Because we've been talking about this. We've been talking about this for the last couple weeks here. It would not take a huge monthly payment. It would only take about that $250 to $300, maybe $400, maybe $500 in some instances to really lift people out of poverty. But for the most part, Congress recognizes, we recognize, we all know, and even the people who wrote these reports that I'm referring to are actually saying the same thing. Hey, it's not going to take much to lift these millions of people back out of poverty. It's not going to take a $1,400 one-time check. It's going to take something really basic and simple. A $250 payment each and every month, a $300 check ongoing for the course of the entire year. That's all it would really take. Very, very interesting. I mean, seriously, when I was reading through these reports, I was like, these people have got to just watch my video. Seriously, we've talked about this. If you've been watching the videos for any length of time now, maybe, I don't know, a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, I was out with a couple of videos and I was talking exactly about that. In fact, I asked many of you right here in the community, I said, what would it really take for you to get all of your bills paid and to kind of bring your standard of living back up? What would it really take you to get by right now each and every month? The vast majority of you wrote out there in the comments section between $200 and $300, maybe $400. The window that I was talking about was about $250 to $500 to kind of encompass the whole window. That was pretty much all many people here in the community were saying. I would say the vast majority of people were saying $250 to $400 was probably the vast majority of comments. So anyway, very, very interesting. But once again, another report coming out saying, yes, poverty is, in fact, a policy choice. And the lack of action out of Congress right now is proving exactly that as we continue to see literally millions and millions of people falling back into poverty here in 2022 as a result of lack of stimulus. Now, here's one more thing I want to throw out there. You know, a lot of times when we talk about stimulus and stimulus checks here on the channel, it does not mean that we're advocating for a broad stimulus check for, I don't know, 200 million people. No, not even close. We know that 200 million people do not need a stimulus check, but rather maybe 50 million people. That's about it. About 50 million people. All they need is an ongoing monthly check. So anyway, it's not like a huge broad check that would lead to massive inflation. That's not the case at all. It's seriously sending out $250 or $300 a month for about 50 million people. It's not even that much. They were sending out more than that for the child tax credit payments. They were sending out $16 billion a month for the child tax credit payments. We're asking for $12.5 billion a month. So my point is, it's even less, right? So anyway, I found these reports to be very, very interesting. I wanted to share them with you here in this video. I don't know. When I come across information like this, I feel like Congress, wake up. It's so obvious what needs to be done right now. But I guess I just continue to scratch my head every day thinking, what am I missing here? Like, what is Congress doing that I'm not seeing or something? Or maybe they know and they just decide not to do anything. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to continue doing everything we possibly can to get additional relief, as in get to Congress, remind them that the low income, the fixed income need these payments. But anyway, maybe they'll read one of these reports that I came across today. Thought it was pretty interesting stuff. So Congress knows the recipe. They know what to do to get people out of poverty. It's not even that much. A couple $100s a month is all it really takes. So I guess it just shows you right here that so many people are really, really close to the poverty line and really being lifted up. It's not going to take that much. Anyway, you get the point. So make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. I want to share this with you. I hope you found it to be very interesting, just like I did. But remember, I'm here for you in any way that I can. Make sure to subscribe down below, share this video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other 2,200 videos right here on the channel. Enjoy your day, have a good night, and I will catch you again later in the next video tomorrow morning. I'll see you then. Thanks so much for watching.